Namaste. Namaste and welcome to this short what I do first thing in the morning practice. So I thought I would share with you today just a really short mobilizing series that you can do first thing in the morning before you step onto your yoga mat or before you do anything else, but out of the bed, because I know we've done in bed ones before. So today we're going to start with the feet nice and wide apart, little softness in the knees, and gently swaying from side to side, or twisting rather from side to side. So if this is quite early in your day, then encouraging your abdominal muscles to a little bit of action and your pelvic floor as well, and just doing a movement that feels good to your body. So as with all yoga, if it feels awkward or wrong or tight or stuck, then easing out, easing off, making your movement smaller, or resting out completely and observing a little stillness instead. So as you're moving through Kati Chakrasana, allow your awareness to be in your feet. Feel your feet activate, the weight across the soles of the feet changing, the places that the feet are pressing down more changing. And then think about the postural muscles of the back, thinking about what you can ease out with this movement. And it's just gentle, not pushing, you're not trying to get anywhere in particular. A little bit of light tapping with the hands here can help as well. And when you're ready, you can pivot on your toes. So allowing the legs to turn, allowing the thigh bones to roll a little bit in the hip sockets. And if you'd like to, you can add a little bend in the knees. So bend and twist, bend and twist. And give the arms somewhere to go. So touching the opposite shoulder in front of you, opposite hip behind, maybe allowing the arms to be moving more away from the body in between as well. And beginning to get a little bit of traction on the shoulder joints there, releasing tension. Still effort in the belly muscles. You might find that as you're doing this bounce, you get a little bit of action into the buttocks as well. When you're ready, you can let the bounce go, simply pivoting on the feet, and then bring the feet to stillness and sway the whole body slowly back to steadiness. When you come back to steadiness, observe the stillness for a moment. This is very much part of yoga, this awareness of the differences between how we feel and how we respond to the different practices. And then after your moment of stillness, rolling your shoulders. So starting with just the shoulders, you can do one at a time or both. If you've got shoulders that operate quite differently, quite a pronounced left-right imbalance, then you might want to do them separately. It gives you more of a better picture of your body. Rolling the opposite way as well. And then taking one side at a time. So a little softness in the knees, softness in the elbow, whichever side you want to start with, and making bigger circles with the elbow of that arm. So we don't want the arm to be straight because there's more likelihood that that would load the shoulder joint in a way that we're not prepared for yet. So a little softness in the arm. And here, trying to access the side of the body, the front of the torso, the back of the body, and perhaps even the neck as well. So allowing your head to move anywhere that's natural, allow your body to move anywhere that's natural as well. Reverse the motion, going the opposite way. And see if as you're moving with your arm, you can firm the belly muscles, firm the pelvic floor, and maybe as you do a little bit more, move your body just a little bit more as well. I like to do shoulders before neck because For me, that is the way round my body enjoys it. Just finishing at the bottom of this one. But for you, you may prefer to do the neck movements first. We'll do those afterwards anyway. Observe the difference between the two sides of the body. Soften the right elbow or the opposite elbow. In this case, it's the right elbow. And then making your circles with the elbow. And they can start small, that's not a problem. But building up to perhaps a fuller expression of this circling action. Whatever feels good in your body. Beginning to cultivate strength from the abdominal muscles, from the buttocks as well. Using more of the body in the movement. And then when you're ready, going in the opposite direction. And we've all got a direction that suits our body better and one that is less comfortable, less familiar. And this is, of the 4 movements, if you class 2 on each side, this is the one that my body enjoys the least. So just observing any resistance in the body, working around it, not through it. Don't press, don't strive, don't strain. Very good. Do one more in this direction. And allowing the arms to rest down by the sides and just noticing how alive and awake and vibrant now the torso feels as well as the shoulders. We've really stirred up a lot of energy. So let's do those neck movements now. So standing as tall or as lengthened as you feel comfortable doing, drawing the chin towards your chest. And then rolling the right ear towards the right shoulder, chin back to chest, and left ear to left shoulder. So rolling from side to side. If this doesn't suit you, just hang fire and I'll show you something else to do. If you're doing neck rolling, see if you can observe the connections between the shoulders, the neck, the jaw, the ear, the temple, the eye, the chest, the back. And if you want to, you can make circular actions with your neck. Just avoid dropping the head too far back and go in both directions. If that doesn't suit you, then start in the center and simply turn the nose from one side to the other, or the chin if you prefer to think of your chin. Gentle turning from side to side, as slow as you need it to be. And when you've done the side to side, you can try ear to shoulder, trying to keep the back of the neck lengthened, the front of the throat also long. And when side to side feels good, you can draw the chin towards the chest and then simply look up. So lifting the chin, not dropping the head back, just up and down. And very gentle, very slow. So if you've finished your neck movements, meeting back in the center, take the hands onto the hips, keep the knees a little bent, maybe turn the feet out a little and make some circles with the hips. Again, thinking about the tummy muscles supporting, the buttocks supporting as you make these circles. And observe how it feels, observe where it feels good. Perhaps there's a bit that you'd like to stretch a little bit more, or you've got something you'd like to work on. You can stop there and breathe for a few moments. Circle the opposite direction. Very good. And then from here, I like to bring my limbering to the floor because it's useful for me. But if you're a chair yogi, you can simply grab a chair to do your downward facing dog and cat poses. So you can do some fancy moves to come down to the floor if you want to, but I am quite happy just to come down this way. Knees wide, hands really wide as well. And you don't have to worry about the knees being directly underneath the hips or the hands directly underneath the shoulders, and moving your belly button around the mat in a circle. So keeping the elbows nice and soft so that you're using the power of the body rather than resting in the joints, power of the muscles, going in both directions. And then when you're ready, coming to center, bringing the knees slightly closer together, but the hands can stay where they are, and drawing the pelvic floor in and the abdominal muscles up. As you inhale, looking forward, lifting the tailbone, opening the chest, maybe just have that sensation of drawing the hands back towards you. As you exhale, rounding through the spine, tucking the chin towards the chest a little, not too much, scooping the belly in. Inhaling forward. Maybe a little softness in the elbows to open the chest, and exhaling as you round through the spine. Inhaling and exhaling. Maybe just one more, inhaling and exhaling. From the exhaled position, dropping your hips towards your heels and coming up into downward dog by pressing into the hands and simply allowing the heels to extend towards the floor as the legs uncurl. We're not holding straight legs, that's not what we're aiming for. We're going to gently ease out the back of the legs. So allow your head to fall between the upper arms if possible. Slightly above is fine. Don't let it hang down below. That puts a strain on the back of the neck. Allow your hands to be very supportive, heels of the hands, pads of the fingers, and a little softness in the elbows. Just paddling through the backs of the legs, scooping the belly in. If you want to, you can walk your feet a little bit closer towards you because you're more likely to get your heels to the floor that way, but we're not aiming for that. It's just that some people do like that sensation. If you want to, you can allow the little twist that comes into the pelvis to come into the shoulders as well by pressing through one hand and foot, and then just allowing the shoulders to dip a little, the head to turn a little. So you get a movement, a wriggle through the torso as well. We are, after all, trying to decrease that morning stiffness. And then from here, chair yogis walking towards your seat and just sitting on it, and floor yogis, knees down to the mat, feet together, knees apart, and rest your forehead to something, your crossed arms, a block, the floor, and take a couple of deep breaths. Now for some yogis, this position of the child's pose will be quite nice. And others may prefer to have the knees together, which gives you more rounding through particularly the low back. So it depends what you need for your body. Explore a few deep breaths in both positions. And then when you're ready, coming up to kneeling, or if you're in a chair, sitting. And we're going to finish with a little side bending. So just reaching the hand to one side or to the side of the chair, reaching over with the other arm, coming back to the center and reaching. So just a little bit of side bending, side to side, firm in the belly, firm in other parts of the body that support. So perhaps firm in the feet, firm in the buttocks, that space between the shoulder blades. This time, as you come to the right, reaching the left arm up and rolling the hand at the wrist with the fingers long and extended, going in both directions. And then when you are ready, you can fold your thumb into your palm, wrap the fingers around, and do the same thing with the closed fist. And this is really good if you work on a keyboard, or if you do a lot of work on your phone, perhaps. And then releasing this hand down, going all the way to the other side. Same thing, long fingers, rolling the wrist, really expressive in both directions. And then folding your thumb into your palm, rolling through your wrist again. And in both directions. So if you enjoyed any of these exercises, you can of course spend longer doing them. When you're ready, coming back to center, we'll finish with a cleansing breath. Breathing in, reaching the arms up. And breathing out, bringing the hands down to the center of the chest. I hope this has started your day in the perfect way, and that you continue to feel the benefits through the day of releasing your holding patterns and your stiffness first thing in the morning. Namaste.